Good morning, boys and girls. I was going to go and do another video about the parade, the protests, and everything else regarding Tottenham Hotspur. Thought I'd do it on live this morning. Can't be bothered doing all that fucking shit. Wondered what everyone's thoughts were on change for Tottenham, because there's a big pushback with change for Tottenham at the minute. Um, Loads of people feel let down. Loads of people feel conned. Loads of friends have been turned over by change for Tottenham. And I wanted to get Spurs fans' thoughts on change for Tottenham and just why they don't protest at the right times, why they've never protested properly, why did you turn over loads of YouTube content creators, told them one thing, you done another, why? In fact, if there's a Tottenham geezer watching this who's friendly with one of the change for Tottenham crew, by all means, tell them to come in the chat and I'll send them the link to come on. Because I think there's a lot of questions that need answered with this change for Tottenham. I called them this morning in a video as covert Spurs PR. And honest to God, that's what I think they are. And it feels like that as well. Maybe it's tinfoil cap wearing conspiracy thing, but I can't see what change for Tottenham was doing. I've read all their stuff last night, researched their whole file, and I'm not understanding what was happening. It was just very it felt like Tottenham PR. It absolutely did. And I suppose there's other people that felt like it was Tottenham PR. The toxicity that they spread for the last year and a half in the Spurs camps and around was absolutely mental. What do we mean by toxic? Because there's the reality of the situation where your team are dog shit, and then there's the reality of toxicity on the media and the press. You can separate the two. ENIC have done this to us time after time after time after time. Everything boils down to ENIC. Every problem we've got at Tottenham boils down to ENIC. And that parade, that made us a laughing stock. Absolutely made us a laughing stock. You're right, Lisa Marie. That's a nice name, mate. Absolutely. I just think this morning you woke up and there's banter and then there's making ourselves look like fools. And I don't like to call Spurs fans sheep because they're not sheep, but they did do what they was told this week. They went to the parade, they supported their club, but you was already supposed to be supporting your club. It was like shutting the stable door and the horse was already bolted. So I'm not understanding change for Tottenham. I'm not understanding their progress. I'm not understanding what their views are on anything. Except you could call it one big conspiracy. I'll call it Planet Ego. I said to a content creator the other day, they're Planet Ego. It's all about self, self, self. That's what a lot of the digital media is about, is self, self, self. But it's our Tottenham. You're supposed to be protesting for our Tottenham, and you ain't been protesting for our Tottenham. You've been protesting for your little affluent selves. So, yeah, I didn't want to do a video. Couldn't be bothered doing a video. I thought I'd come in here and chat to people. But there's no one chatting. There's no Spurs fans chatting. There's not even any banter in the chat. So we might have to call this a day very soon, to be honest with you, because if there's no banter and no chatting, then there's no live, is there? There's no point in a fucking live. Can't talk forever. But let's take the parade for instance. While you're watching the Tottenham parade, Tottenham Hotspur have always been shit. Chelsea till I die. Good morning, Sean. Same to you, bruv. Hope you're well, bruv. Chelsea have always been, yeah, rent boys. You know what I mean? What can I say, bruv? Can't deny the shitness, to be honest with you. That's a fact, isn't it? Um, we were one of the most beautiful teams to watch. Now we're not. Um, the parade. I can't believe how many people turned up for the parade. I can't believe that people can't see beyond. How much did the police cost? How much did the parade cost? That don't fall change for Tottenham's feet, does it? That was a collaboration with Enoch. Good morning, Adam. A collaboration with Enoch. That was. You can't a little protest group with no money can't pay for the policing and everything else that come with it. So you could tell that was another division among Tottenham fans now. Change for Tottenham must be working with Enoch, mustn't they? Like in a bit more of a capacity than we all thought they was working with Enoch. I'm sure of it. What do you think, Adam? What did you think of the Tottenham parade before the game and then getting slaughtered 3-0? Absolutely ridiculous. The parade was absolutely ridiculous. The fans' support wasn't ridiculous. That should always be there. Win, lose or draw, that should be there. Why does it? Why does it take a protest group with sterile middle class affluent accents to tell you when to jump? And you all said, "How high, sir, mate?" And then you can go arc back to the previous protests. 75-minute walkout. Well, that went well, didn't it? Um, and then they done this support your club at 2-0 down. Everyone walked out. Half the stadium was empty, bruv. Everyone started walking out. 3-0. You could echo, echo, echo. Well, it was fucking, yeah, Sean. Money spoilt the game. It spoilt the game for everyone. Spoilt the game for Chelsea. It spoilt the game for Tottenham. It spoilt everyone. I'm not liking this corporate football. I've been going to my local football team now. Just started going to Tunbridge Angels. We played Bath City. Um, I stood with the away fans at Bath City for a little while. Yeah, they were a strange lot from Bath, weren't they? They was always strange when I used to go and visit Bath, but you can't beat the local football nowadays, can you? You know, that was community. There was Chelsea fans there, Arsenal fans there, Tottenham fans there. We was all chatting, all saying exactly what you're saying, Sean. Cash has spoilt the game. We was all sitting there having a beer, smoking. Cool. Who could say that at football now? Was having a beer and smoking. It was absolutely lovely. Handsome. Had a couple of hamburgers, watched the game. Good game it was. First half was a bit shit, but there you go. Adam says fans have become private estate twats with shite haircuts. Yeah. You know what I'm saying about shite haircuts? If you ain't got the hair to have an haircut, just fucking get a number one or a zero for fuck's sake. Saudi will take over football. Took over the boxing, haven't they? That's given me the right hump. Yeah, they will. The corporates will take over. You know. Well, they've already taken over, haven't they? It wasn't. It wasn't a realization for us old school fans. We knew this was going to happen in 1992. Um, I stopped going to Tottenham for a little while, and yeah, it got disgusting. The prices started raising. The clientele didn't change at Tottenham until they knocked down the White Hart Lane. They knocked down the White Hart Lane, and then that was it. People thought, oh, do you know what? We can get these season tickets and we can start selling them, and that's what they did. As soon as we got into that new stadium, people wanted fleece their own kind, if they was ever Tottenham supporters in the first place. Um, I know 3 or 4 Arsenal fans who go to the game. I got my daughter; she goes to Highbury, the Emirates, whatever it's called now. It's all tourist fans, all complete tourist fans. My daughter's not Arsenal, by the way. A bloke's Arsenal, but I've never spoken to him. um, but yeah, it's got ridiculous, isn't it? The football's got ridiculous. When they panned the camera around at the stadium this weekend, I just couldn't believe the clientele. I couldn't believe the clientele that were there. It was like corporate people with that's what Adam says, shite haircuts, 400 quid tops, and you know what I mean. They've watered down the real fans that go to the stadium, because the real fans that go to the stadium and support week after week, win, lose or draw, the away fans, they must be looking around thinking, what the fuck has happened to our club? What the actual fuck? I'm not. I look at Chelsea, the Arsenal fans now. It's all affluence, isn't it? It's all affluence and people with cash to burn. And then you've got the season ticket. Oh, mate, I can't get over these season ticket holders, right? This weekend, some old pensioner from Spurs paid 500 quid to go that shite game to watch those fucking players who didn't give a flying fuck. Mate, I'm not understanding the football at the minute on the pitch. The football on the pitch is absolutely diabolical. Yeah, you can support your club and get behind your club, but the reality today that we're waking up to for a lot of people is that the players are shite. They're not worth a wank. We've been conditioned to accept mediocre players in the Premiership when we're supposed to be achieving the next level. We are Tottenham after all. It's not like we're Sunderland and we've just come up and we've just got basic wage structures in place. We've got a tight ass custodianship in Enoch. They need to go. Take your two kids to Premiership games after remortgage my ass. Do you know what, bruv? I'll feel your pain, right? 4 tickets to sit next to each other at the shite old fucking Spurs stadium. They phoned back and said to me, £700, mate. Even though I said to him, if I got two memberships and two memberships for the kids, because you all got to have a membership each, ain't you? Right? Would it work out cheaper? And it might work out cheaper, but you won't get to sit together. How can you go as a family and not sit together? I went to my local Tunbridge Angels football thing. We stood together. We stood with friends, neighbours, community, like we used to at White Hart Lane. Now, fuck me, 700 quid plus. Out of 700 quid plus, that was. That's not a day out, is it? That's that's an holiday in the sun. That's what we're talking about. An holiday in the sun prices. Jet two Spurs. Yet tourist fans can come along, get an hotel package, a complimentary corporate ticket, and it probably cost them, what, £107 for the actual ticket, and they get to sit next to their little wife. I could take a little photo, Mickey, 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 take a photo. It's taking the absolute piss. I mean, mate, the other week, he got corporate tickets, and he sent me pictures of the food and stuff, where he was sitting. And it's like, that's what football is, isn't it? Corporate. That's what they're catering for. The fan who's got 200 quid to spend in the shop, the fan who don't care about the British Rail, they can afford it. But get a late game, and they're all shit scared at 10 o'clock at night at Tottenham, aren't they? You see them all running down the high street, have to get on their trains to get their links. Yeah, because you shit the beds. Got to get out of London quick before something happens. I never forgive Enoch for pricing out the working class, the locals. Never forgive that. It makes you not want to support the fucking football club, but that's all I know is Tottenham. Probably like you, Sean, all you know is fucking Chelsea, bro. Absolute joke. Absolute joke. And that was my local football team, Tottenham. You know when people say, Oh, support your local club. Go and support your local club. Yeah, it was my local club. I'm just glad. I'm just glad that I haven't fell in for that fucking shit. The actual shitness of the corporate world. You know what I mean? Mind you, I bought a shirt. I bought a shirt the other week. I saved 6 months to buy a fucking shirt. And guess what fucking name I put on the back of it? Like a silly cunt. I should have put my own name on the back of it, Johnny, shouldn't I? No, I put Van der Ven. And now I'm starting to hate the cunt. Hate the cunt so much. It's like, how can I get that number off the back of my fucking shirt? How can I get the number? I said to my missus I should have put a fucking number on the back of it. But I thought, oh no, do you know what? Get a number. You're right, Milton. How you doing? You fucking spiders, brother? Or you fucking working? It's fucking absolute. And 3-0. Right. Oh yeah, my deepest respects to Igor Tudor. Not that anyone's watching this in the know, but Igor Tudor had a passing in the family, so my deepest respects to that geezer. I've got that out of the way. Um, all this talk this morning of we should have changed the manager. We should have changed when we got Tudor. We should have changed it. This is what I said: put Oddle in and Pleat as an advisor. Just two advisors for the to help Tudor along. Maybe get a third. Hoddle, Pleat, Redknapp, and just as advisors, just to help. You know, Enoch don't want that though, do they? That's why I always get a legend player's name on the kit instead. Yeah, I know. I know what you're saying. I know I should have got what legend from Spurs should I've put on the kit? Fuck me. I'd like. Do you know what? I'd like to get a kit with the Clive Allen 49 goal, only because he looked after me for 45 minutes at a signing once when I went to a signing, and we all bunked off school, and he looked after me and my two mates that were. Yeah, Tudor's struggling. Um, See, we shouldn't have these. We shouldn't have Redknapp as a manager, as an advisor. You know, just as a part-time coach to come in, stand around, advise, talk to the players, advise. The same with Oddle. Get him in, talk to the midfield, talk to Xavi, talk to Tell, talk to Sarr, and private coaching for a couple of hours each week. It wouldn't hurt, would it? Would it hurt? Of course it wouldn't. They pay enough to the legends to walk around the stadium on these fucking stupid little come and look at my stadium and the kids go free. Yeah, fucking. That's the only time the kids go free, isn't it? I wouldn't mind Sean. I don't even like fucking Redknapp, but I don't like him because of his West Ham connections, because I'm ultra tribalistic Bethnal Green, you know what I mean, bruv? Um, but he done well for us. Get him in. He can do the back four, can't he? You know what I mean? Sir, how long have you been supporting them as a fan? Were you talking to me, Milton? 40, 41, no, 42 years. 42 years I've been supporting Tottenham. I was on the last knockings of the glory days. I've seen Glenn Hoddle on that pitch. I was talking to a guy at the local football, Tottenham fan since the 60s, and he said what got him into Tottenham was Jimmy Greaves, the beautiful game, beautiful football. And I said, yeah, I was the same with Hoddle. So that was something in common. I had the last knockings of a beautiful game where we weren't the greatest team in the world, but we was fucking beautiful to watch. And yeah, to see what it is now, it's absolutely the dog shit, you know. Oddle, Bell, Kane, Waddle, Archibald, Crooksey, Clive Allen, Sheringham, Gaza. That's all of them, bruv. That's mate, and there's more. Ozzy, Villa, Paul Miller, Gary Brooks, Mark Falco. Um, Spurs will definitely go down. Trust. This is what I'm worried about, Teddy. You know what I mean? I am worried about that only because I'm old school. You know, it's fucking. It makes me want to cry. Really makes me want to cry. What's happened to Tottenham? You got all these people on Talk Sport who going, "Oh, I'm going to walk off." The O'Haras, that Abbey, oh, I'm walking off for 5 minutes. But does she actually know the pain? You know what I mean? We see the pain coming from 1992. We see the pain through Sugar, bruv. When Sugar sold football out, and yeah, it's got this taste in my mouth this morning of like, you dirty, dirty bastards. Like, this is what it's come down to. With all the new fans, they're bitter and twisted because they've grown up. They don't know. They're so confused because all they've done is grown up with Enoch, and they're bitter and twisted, and they don't know which way to turn. And us old fans are standing there, been priced out the stadium. You could have lent on our shoulders, bruv. You know, but no. How can it be fixed? It can't be fixed. Once football sold out in 1992, Milton, it ain't never going to be fixed, is it? It's never going to be fixed. It's one of those things that unfixable. You can plaster over the cracks. Um, but Tottenham, Chelsea, Arsenal, we're all broke. We've all got broken fans. And all those broken fans are all the local fans, all the local communities. That's capitalism, isn't it? Capitalism just fucks you over, left, right, and centre. Poor invented football, and the rich stole it like they steal fucking everything. They even stole your support at the parade on Sunday, you know what I mean? Yeah, sure. You know the score, don't you, brother? It's been fucking messed up so long that we all feel unified. Like, whenever would you have said Chelsea, Arsenal fans, Man City fans, Tottenham fans, all feel unified? The working class actually all feel unified against this, mate. Someone's got to push back, haven't they? Someone's got to push back against this fucking the prices, the corporate of it all. They've got to bring in rules for something. Instead of bringing in VAR and all this bollocks and fucking up the game, there should have been rules for fucking low paid workers, the proper workers of this fucking country. You know what I mean? The forgotten fucking souls who keep the country running. The carpenters, the fucking bricklayers, the people working down the shop. You know, the people who closed up at fucking 3 o'clock to go and watch the football. Nah, fuck them. That's what they thought. You know what I mean? Let's just set it out. Because no matter what, even if you don't turn up and just don't get a full stadium, they're making money off the TV rights, aren't they? They're making money off the global branding. You go to Africa, you see Chelsea top, you see Tottenham top, you see Man United top. You go to fucking any country, you've got all these global fucking products. And Tottenham, dirty bastards, mate. Why did they sack Pochettino? What's the reason? Couldn't tell the truth, except I think he'd had enough. After fucking 5 years of working for corporate, I think a lot of people have enough working for corporate, don't they? You know, it's just like a big fuck you. I can't do this no more. You're not even giving me a fucking. You built me a stadium. You're not giving me a football team. I'm off, mate. Adam says I can remember the first players getting 20k, then 50k a week, then outrage, but nothing was done to stop it. Nah. Paul Dawson, I'm old school Tottenham, been going since the 70s. I was a dustman, cost too much now, even to have a beer. Up the Spurs, brother. Fucking up the Spurs. These are the people, like you, Paul, that I try and fight on my channel for, the working class. I always talk about the working class, because that's what it was, wasn't it? You know, and without the dustman, without the fucking plasterers, without the chippies, bruv, this country would be absolutely shit. But no, you've all been priced out of football. We all have to go and sit down fucking Southern League team there just to fucking watch a game of football and talk to our mates. My mate went yesterday, cheap tickets, 90 quid. I know some old boy who paid fucking 500 quid for a ticket, mate. On Saturday, I see the WhatsApp message from the Arsenal fan. 500 quid he paid for a Tottenham ticket. They sacked him because he had a bigger dick than Levy. Yeah, fucking right. Spurs had excellent managers: Conte, Mourinho, Pochettino, Villa-Boas, Ramos. Why things go wrong? Because we're corporate wankers. That's why. Hotspur Hippie says, if you can't afford a ticket, work harder. Paul, go and watch my OnlyFans, please, and subscribe to my Patreon. And you can also do buy me a coffee or buy me some crack.com. Sir, what is your top Tottenham player? My top Tottenham player, Oddle, Crooksy, Clive Allen. Used to like a bit of Sheringham when he played for us. Paul Gascoigne, he's a bit iffy with me. Paul Gascoigne. Didn't mind Gary Lineker. I'm from that age group, but Oddle's my main man. He's the one that got me into Tottenham. Or Paul Miller. I used to like a bit of Paul Miller. He's a bit shit, but he was Tottenham through and through. Mark Falco's another one. He was Tottenham through and through. He was, when you play football when you're kids, and all your mates are saying, I'm going to be Pele, I'm going to be Socrates, I'm going to be Zico. It was like, yeah, go on. I'll be Mark Falco, bruv. Or I'll be Glenn Hoddle. Yeah, the corporate wankers. Let's get back to talking about corporate wankers, mate. And how corporate football is nowadays. Fuck me. Everyone got their square satellite dish. Neil says a manager is only as good as the players they get or will pay for. If they give you one starter and two developmental players, they won't work regardless of the manager. No, you bang on. We've been conditioned to accept mediocrity at this. You know what I mean? Hotspur Hippie says, I already did your OnlyFans. No knob, no ring. Just in the kitchen. I want a reef. Wait, Paul. I'm going in the kitchen now. I'm going to make another cup of tea for that, you slag. So you could all watch me. Mate, it was nuts, mate. One pass, mate. He could open up a fucking football game. One to the crowd, and that smile. Well, could have sent you the other way, couldn't it? Oh, Paul, got a new computer, bruv. I got a computer last night when I was doing that little job. It's 2010, and it's got a graphics card in it, a Geo Force graphics card. So just got to get a CMOS battery, and we're all sorted, brother. I could start back on my computer track to hacking, and we're going to hack change for Tottenham. That's our first fucking deal. Fuck me, change for Tottenham. That parade, they must woke up like wankers this morning. Whoever went to that parade and thought, what a cunt. We've been conned by change for Tottenham. How do you feel, Paul, when you got fucking? I see your video this morning, and I thought, do you know what? That's exactly what got me angry. Because you're my friend, right, and a really good friend. I thought to myself, do you know what? You've been back in the team since you started, and then all of a sudden, a bunch of shit cunt, middle class, affluent pricks come along, and all of a sudden, they say jump, and everyone says, how high, sir? How high? And it winds me up. It winds me up how they've conned all the YouTubers. They've conned fucking everybody, the dirty bastards. Neil Shafton says, where's Captain Kirk Spiz Energy or Atletico Spiz? Yeah, back the team. Back the team or fucking... It's hard to back this team though, isn't it, Paul? It's hard to back this team. You know, 1 minute they got fight, the next minute they got paid, and then they're fucking not fighting. Sometimes I think to myself, are we just a payday club? Do managers come here? Did Conte phone up his mate Truder and said, look, hey, brother, come here. I tell you what, you go to Tottenham, you see the manager, you see the owners, and you know what? You can make a fucking pension scheme. That's what I actually think happened with Tudor. You know what I mean? Phone that was Conte's right hand man when he played for Juve, wasn't it? Paratici probably said to him, "Hey, shut up your face. Just look at the job and take it, brother." Payday fucking club. Is Tudor struggling with the team? I think poor Tudor, mate, is struggling with family problems at the minute. I'm not going to have a pop at Tudor. A bit more respectful than that. I'm not calling for a new manager. Um, Even though I've got no remorse, it's football. But when someone passes away in your family and it's your main man, then God bless him. You know what I mean? You can only play with the cards you're dealt with on that score, can't you? Hotspur hippie says all those change for Tottenham wealthy kids pissed off at home after 80 minutes. Yeah, it's a fucking joke, isn't it? What does Andrew say? Andrew's AJ Spurs, by the way, people. Positivity is definitely waning. It would be better if they showed a bit of fight. You know, Stephen McNichol says, mate, this is a shambles. How much money have we blown paying out managers? Well, I tried to work it out the other day. You can't get a proper figure from me, Nick, on how much they've paid out the managers until um I'll have to have a look at Company House. That's what I'm going to go and have to do. Have a look at Company House and see how much they've paid off the managers. See if it's on there. Neil Shafton says, I watched this group and wonder what the fuck happened and why they seem to have forgot how to play football. How hard is it to score a goal? The first half was so promising except the finish. That's what I said to Paul yesterday. The first half, something happened in that first half, didn't it? Quarter of the way through it, so about 25 minutes into it, I thought, something's wrong here. Something's wrong. When it got to second half, I said to my missus, there's no end product. There's absolutely no end product. You know, when you're making something and you put your cup in the kiln and you come away with a nice sturdy cup to drink your tea, that's the final product. We have got no final product, and football is all about goals and glory, isn't it? Nothing. Absolutely jank. But as I keep saying, mate, we've been conditioned to accept fucking mediocre players. No matter how much we get behind these players and we protect them as fans, it's not happening, is it? It's just not happening. Do they respect? Do you know what? Richarlison the other day made me laugh in the interview, in his post-match interview, when he said, "Oh yeah, I've got to keep fit for the World Cup." I thought, "Fuck your World Cup, bruv." I really did. I got the ump. I know that it's a good thing to play for your team in the World Cup, but I thought, fuck your World Cup. It's in corporate, dirty America. We need you on the pitch, bruv. We don't need you at the World Cup. We want you playing your best for Tottenham. Fucking wound me up, mate, that did. Let's not talk about America at the minute. I'm anti-American this week. We ain't got the elite players anymore. No, we ain't got the elite players. We've got mediocre development players, potential, and them boys, they're playing in London. You know, I think that's all they worry about sometimes. I think to myself, oh, hold on, John, they're professional footballers, but they are playing in London. They've got the night times and no, they've got the nightlife, they've got the good times are rolling. And yeah, as Milton says, the players need to play for the club. Don't put Hotspur if he says don't do drug, it screws up the market. What does Neil say? Oh fuck, what have I pressed? The goal box is like a black hole where as soon as they break the plane, they lose their shit and resort to being a bunch of undecided men who are too afraid to pull the trigger. We see that, didn't we? Um, They were scared, weren't they? They were running scared. That first goal at half time, that knocked their confidence. And then for 15 minutes, they must have sat in that dressing room with shaking kneecaps. This is where you want players, what we should have bought 2 seasons ago, experienced fighting players, to say, come on, it's only one goal. We've only got to get two back. Only have to get two back. Oh no. You'd think they'd be busting a gut to perform at a club to be picked for the World Cup. Well, that's what you'd think, but today's modern player is totally different to the 90s player where they busted a gut. Even the 80s players, they proper busted a gut there. And for fucking low wages, the poor bastards. Um, but all they seem to do is want to play for their country, which you can't deny someone. You know, if your ethnic identity is Brazil, Argentina, and that's what you want to retire as, ex-Argentinian player, not ex-Spurs player. You know, we're fucking, it's the way of the world now, isn't it? They all want to keep fit. We've seen it a few seasons on the trot now with Romero, haven't we? I love the geezer. Don't get me wrong. I don't think he's brilliant. He's got his faults in him. I understand the reality that a lot of people don't like him, but mate, he fucked us up the other year, didn't he? By doing that, you know. Why does it seem they always seem to take too long to make up their minds to kick the ball? Do you know what? It's the quick thinking, isn't it? This is where you need coaches and proper psychology, proper psychology team to say to them, look, don't think, just do. But they think. When they think, they either go one or two ways, don't they? Fight or flight. And they flight. It's anxiety. It's panic. Um, that's psychological 1, 2, 3s with football, isn't it? You know, and we see. I think we may have a really bad psychological team and a psychological problem because it only takes 2 or 3 players to be anxious in the team to absolutely give the shits to everyone else, and we're hanging on to Archie Gray. You know what I mean? The man who's I love Archie Gray. He's got that psychological fucking nothing's going to touch me. I don't care. You know, you can see that in the way he plays football. Fucks up, but the next touch is fucking absolutely brilliant. Fucks up, but the next touch is absolutely brilliant. By the time he's 23, 24, he'll be fucking shot a proper proper footballer. The rest of them, mate, they will go from one club to another on loan, go back to different clubs. They will play their whole professional football career, as in they'll have like 9 clubs under their belt. And they have fucking won fuck all because they all suffer from fucking psychological issues, the cunts. Can the team be rebuilt, says Milton. Yeah. Fucking like Steve Austin, bruv. It can be rebuilt, can't it? But you've got to ask Enoch if they can rebuild the squad for you and rebuild the structure of the club. Because we've got a fucking Arsenal geezer in charge of fucking half of that. Paul says, I had a chat with Perryman earlier. That's Steve Perryman, I think, isn't it, Paul? Crazy how a bloke like that can be so normal and humble. And oh, yeah, Bill Nicholson schooled him, proper Tottenham. That sentence says it all, doesn't it? You know, you can't knock Perryman. You know, the man, he's humble as fuck and he's got integrity. He's Tottenham. To me, he's Tottenham through and through. And whatever he says probably goes, it overrules everything we've ever said. Um, that famous saying that you keep saying to me, us old school Tottenham fans, I think we're pissing in the wind at the minute. We're pissing in a tornado. That's what we're doing. And oh, cool, mate. I think we're shitting in a tornado at the minute. To be honest with you, we've got more fecal matter on our faces, and Oh, mate, I've got to keep going back to this change for Tottenham because that's what's made me angry this morning to come on live, to be honest with you. You know, I'm so upset that they've made us into the biggest laughing stock known to man, and they've probably made more divisions yesterday and today that have cracked Tottenham fans, and I find it insulting. I absolutely find them insulting to tell Spurs fans to go and support the club, go and cheer for their club. We all moan. I do moan about the affluent fans who go in there, but I'm talking about the Tottenham, the hardcore, who went without electric this week, who went without gas this week, just to go to Tottenham to be turned over. I feel gutted for them, the proper fans, you know, the ones that turn up and have to get pissed up on 5 cans of Stella for fucking £6, drink them all before they get in there, act sober just to get through the gates, you know, the proper fans. Sorry, but I'm tired of hearing about Bill Nick or Perryman or Oddle because those days are long gone. Today's team and the supporters don't want to hear it, even if it's a legacy. Well, you can't help it. It's our history. Um, you can't help it, Neil. It is our history. This is where a lot of fans come from. Unless you're talking to a fan that's prepubescent and all they know is FIFA football, you know. Perhaps it is the FIFA football wankers we got in this world. 2 iMac wankers and the FIFA football wankers. You know what I mean? Um, Football's dead, isn't it? Dead in the water. Um, you might not want to hear about Steve Perryman, but it's people like that who should be working in the club. You know, I've got photos in programs from the 90s where Steve Perryman was working in the club. You know, and instead of giving them the fucking Evo, the old tin tack, they should have kept them all there because that breeds the next lot, and then the next lot, and then the next lot. You know, you can't have someone teaching you football that ain't won nothing. You want someone teaching you football that has won something because then it instills integrity into you. It instills loads of things. It instills that psychological issue of I want to be a winner. I'm going to be a winner. And then when they've won something, I am a winner. We had that with Bilbao, right? And then what goes and happens? Enid goes, no, you know what? We don't like the winning mentality. No matter how much you disliked Ange, you know, he was an hard character to love on the pitch, off the pitch, but he instilled that psychological, old school, I want to be a winner, I am a winner into people, you know? It's cheaper to fly to Germany and watch a game and fly back. It is. It is. I wouldn't say that about Spain at the minute, to be honest with you, because I did have a check out to watch Barcelona game, and it worked out. I might as well have gone. Do you know what? For the cash that I can pay to go and watch Tottenham, I can be a part. I can be a part owner of my local football club. That's a joke. Neil says, I understand, but when I hear certain people harping about Bill Nick and Perryman and Oddle, it becomes redundant. Yeah, I understand where you're coming from, Neil. It is nostalgia. It is rose tinted specs. But you must admit, Neil, that's all we've got left now. That's all we've got left to talk about. Because the last 20 odd years has been absolutely diabolical, isn't it? But I understand what you're coming from, Neil. The reality of the subject. We've got to think about tomorrow. We're in today. We're not in the past has gone. I understand that. But, you know, this future, it's not looking bright, is it? It's really not looking bright, Neil. I've got programs of Greaves playing for Chelsea. Yeah, that was when he had a bit of an alcohol problem. You know what I mean? He forgot himself, didn't he? Went to Chelsea. Poor boy. Poor boy. He was a good old player there, though, wasn't he? Oh, yeah, come on. Let's change the subject for Neil. We don't want to get rose tinted specs. Today's today's the day, isn't it? and they're all saying they've got 7 more cup finals to play. You have, and it's become even more pressure. You put pressure on. They've put pressure on themselves by not fighting in that game, haven't they? We have it, but today's punter only cares about what you have done for me lately. Yeah, yes, exactly what I just said. It's reality, isn't it? You know, we've got to think about tomorrow. And what we've got 3 weeks now, or is it 2.5 weeks of international shit? And I'd love to see what's going to go down in the dressing room. To be honest with you, we've got 10 days without a manager. Apparently, Igor's off for 10 days. Um, God bless him. Um, Grief. He's going to come back and he's going to be grief stricken. You know what I mean? So this is why we need advisors brought in. Tottenham have had super players. Yeah, we're not talking about had. We needed them now. We needed the super players now, and this is where Enoch has failed us, isn't it? Absolutely disgustingly failed us over the past God knows how many years. Every summer transfer window, you've hoped, and then you've been conditioned to accept mediocrity. Um, we've tried to get behind the mediocre players, but it's not doing us no good now, is it? You know, I don't want to look like a fool and say, "Oh yeah, like back the team, back the players." But you're right. What Paul says is right. The Hotspur hippie, he's right. You got to back your team. It's your team. But the reality of the situation is we've been given a team that is substandard, and you can't do nothing about it. You can't do. We've got no say in the matter, and it's absolutely disgraceful. Andrew says if Phoenix sell, I hope they market it as a football club, not an entertainment complex. Well, property. That's what they market us as a property company. Because if you look on Company House, every company related to Lily White Lane and Tottenham Hotspur is property, property. Vinay, property. You know, management, property. It's absolutely disgusting. Paul Dawson says, bring back the 70s and 80s. Standing in the park lane, getting pissed up with the proper fans. Them days are long gone. Yeah, come on. They was long gone. And as Neil says, we've got to look to the future now. But we can't afford the future. We've been priced out. Help me, Neil. Help me get money to rise, Neil. Sean says they survived, but what next? Oh, what next? Fucking hell. God knows, Neil. We'll all have to fucking watch football with blinkers on, bruv. The Blue Baron, you live in Bethnal Green. That's cool. No, I come from Bethnal Green. Probably, I said to my mum said to me something the other day, and I said to my missus, do you know what? I was probably the last dirty little council riffraff street urchin on Bethnal Green Road. Nah, the demographics have changed, like they always have in Tower Hamlets. Every 100 years, the demographics change, and probably the last Cockney kid on Bethnal Green Road. Well, do you know Bethnal Green, Blue Baron? Have you been there on holiday? Have you stayed in Brick Lane, the rat infested arse of Bethnal Green? 70s and 80s were horrible football, loads of dickheads. No, come on, there weren't loads of dickheads. There was a few, but they was all for the opposing team, weren't they? You know what I mean? When you went to the White Hart Lane years ago, or you went down the Highbury, I won't mention the Chelsea Stadium, Sean. Um, but they was your mates. You know, you had 30,000 of your mates. Um, if you was a kid, they pushed you to the front. If you was a little kid, they'd put you on their shoulders. Not all of them were dickheads, but I understand where you're coming from. The 80s were fantastic. Um, Speak and Spell, Transformers. 1 Inch Wonder says, how long have you been I don't think I'm allowed to say that on 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 this, bruv. But how long have I been one of those? Cool. about the same amount of time as your old man fucking was standing around the school playgrounds, bruv. You know what I mean? Um, oh mate, I don't want to get into this, do I? Shut your mouth, Johnny. Shut your mouth. Do that. Do that. And we time out. We time out for 24 hours, you little prick. That's what we do. Time you out for 24 hours. We'll chuck a sava, bruv. You know what I mean? The swing of the moves is so severe that it's pathetic. I see them all happy and full of praise when we win. But the second we start losing, they're all scorched off. Do you know what? I don't understand how they're walking out. You're paying, they moan about paying all that money for a ticket and then fucking walk fucking out. Mate, Blue Barrow, it's true too, mate. I saw a man get slashed in front of his son. Do you know what? I did see a fight on a train station once, but that was Leeds fans. Um, and they absolutely beat up a Tottenham couple, man and wife and their child. Um, yeah, that was disgusting. At Chelsea, bruv, I got chased. I got chased at Chelsea as a kid. I was about 15, 16. I got chased at Chelsea by men, bruv. Men going down the trains, going down the tube when the doors opened. I was going through it. It was like one of those, it was like the Warriors, bruv, me and my mate. And we got to the train. When the train pulled up, I forgot what station it was from Kensington. What's the next one behind Kensington? Going home. We got off, and I can remember at the top of the stairs, just giving it the geezer. Fuck you. Yeah. They was horrible back then, some fans, weren't they? Scott Truth says, have you heard of Ofcom? Yeah, I've heard of Ofcom, bruv. Have you heard of John Com? You know what I mean? Anti-rules. I think sometimes our fan base suffers from bipolar. I suffer from bipolar type too. I don't think they suffer from that, AJ, Andrew. I think they suffer from, I think the new fans suffer from being spoilt little bastards. There you go. Blue Barrow. People always go on about the good old days. Yeah, the good old days weren't so good sometimes. You can always focus on the bad times of history, can't you? Um, yeah, I feel the team will be rebuilt, sir. That's not Milton, is it? Because Milton never calls me sir. That's is that a fake Milton account? I think it might be. If it ain't a fake, if that's proper Milton, tell me what you done yesterday, right, Milton? Just to confirm it's you, because I know what Milton does every day. Um, fuck me, might have come to the end of this stream. I want to go and smash some things up. There is something seriously wrong with these pundits. Tottenham derangement syndrome. Do you know what? The pundits and the press have all done this rage bait thing. YouTube is all funded on rage bait, isn't it? That's how they make their money. And the press do it now to rage bait. And they're disgusting. The whole lot of them. I do miss people saying, nice one, bruv. Yeah. Or sling your fucking hook. Gertcha. Gertcha care, son. You know what I mean? Dad, or wouldn't be my dad. My dad don't even fucking, my dad don't speak English. But my granddad, can I go and play that, granddad? You go, Gertcha. It's fucking Sunday night. Or I used to break a window. Say, no one's original. I all do the. It's
Say something then, I can't hear you. I mean, this is shit. I can't. There's no sound. Oh, is he muted or what? Is he
Say something then, I can't hear
Oh, I
you.
can hear me out the TV now. Oh no. Ugh.
I mean, this is shit.
Is he muted? I don't know. If I just hijacked his stream, hello. Welcome to Johnny Bethnal Green. I just had a shit. Yeah, fucking hell, mate. Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at that, eh? Phew. Half a pound of onions in that barrow. Oh, I'll tell you what, man. Some spare tyres around that, eh? Whoa. Is it just me speaking or what the fuck? I better go. I better go and fucking stream up. Bye. What do I press?